Ta-da! The HYPERTALK is here. They said they're going to release it at the end of the month, and they did release it at the end of the month. So shout out to XZ, shout out to Chris and the management for being so prompt on releasing the HYPERTALK. Everyone has been dying for it. I have been dying for it. So, you know what? I thought I'm gonna do a live reaction. I've not seen anything, even though I've been pinged like 70 over times today telling me watch the HYPERTALK, and I get shit like, let's go, bro. I don't want to spoil it because I want to give a live reaction. Okay, I know a little bit here and there, like that there's a new unit and there's more than one new unit, but that's it. I don't know anything else. So everything that's gonna happen in this like HYPERTALK is gonna be live reaction. So let's jump straight into it, shall we? Cool. All right, guys, I'm excited. All right, so let's hit the play button. All right, let's go. Absolute
Hello
cinema
everyone,
time.
welcome to our second HYPERTALK, our
Where's the
official
girl?
launch episode. Mark your
Where's the
calendar
girl?
on June 5th, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Marcus, here with our community manager, Chris, for our newest updates.
Hey guys, it's Chris. Good to see you all again. Thank you so much for the enthusiasm.
Bro, Chris is so soft and gentle, isn't he?
Players across the
Gee
globe,
whiz.
and so much engagement across all of our different social
It's
media
comforting
platforms,
having a
Discord
CM like
communities,
that.
Reddit communities, and more. During this test, we've had tons of brilliant ideas, suggestions, and more that we've been actively monitoring and optimizing. We're super excited to have you here, and we're ready for launch. Just want to say thank you guys so much again. We've got
Just launched the game. Just launched the game. Holy
looking
shit.
into all of this feedback that you've given us to balance and fine-tune the game before launch. We'll be sharing a patch notes soon on the Discord, so stay tuned for that. Now getting
Patch
into
notes on
today's
Discord.
HYPERTALK, we've got some changes and optimizations to talk about from our beta feedback. We've got some new Animist joining us, and also some details about our launch celebration carnival, which will include incredible giveaways and benefits.
Now on to the questions. First up, we'd like to address the recent discussion about anima use in RTA.
Bro, they're jumping straight into RTA. This is fucking sick. I love it.
This is a big one, and we sincerely apologize for not promptly identifying this and clarifying the misconception sooner. Just so you guys know, anima are effective across all different gameplay modes in Etheria Restart. We've also designed multiple ways to acquire anima tokens, as well as a new RTA shop that wasn't in our last beta. In that RTA shop, you can also obtain dupes. Moving forward, we'll continue to monitor and optimize this gaming experience with anima.
Okay.
And now for more lighthearted topics. Translation issues.
Yep, Etheria has tons of extensive story content, characters, skill.
Okay, we all know that the localization of this game is kinda ass. I like how they call a viper, viper? I like how they call viper a she sometimes in the skill description, and then he changes back to he. Like, he doesn't know what the hell his gender is. So we all know that. So good that they're addressing it.
Descriptions and much more, and of course those are going to come with some challenges. So you guys know we've expanded our localization and LQA teams. You can also join us on the Discord and make contributions there to get some benefits.
So some other concerns that players have mentioned. Major servers launching all at the same time, daily refresh times not synchronized across various regions, leading to a lot of players experiencing level lag and delayed feature access.
Of course, different regions will have different reset times for the most convenient experience, but we do encourage players to join the server that is closest to them. What we did notice is that in the first few days, especially with this time-gated content, these progression gaps can be amplified and impact the experience negatively. This is something that will stabilize over time, but on launch, we have decided to restrict the RTA cross-region matchmaking so that all of you guys don't have this negative impact with the time gating, and eventually we'll re-enable this in Summit and Fearless Arena once things are stabilized.
With many regions having different keyboard layouts, some people have been asking if there will be custom key binding features.
Yes, there will be. Our developers have been discussing these concerns, and we're planning to provide multiple keyboard layout schemes for character movement, skill casting, and much more for a smoother gaming experience.
On to some other important questions people have asked. So current poll stats combine all banners across limited and permanent banners, but now they will be displayed separately.
We've noticed this, and as Marcus said, it will be displayed separately, and we'll also give you the option to filter out through banners so you can see where you've been lucky or where you're missing out.
Okay.
Players have also asked if the pity counter for limited banners carry over to the next limited banner.
I'm happy to announce this, that yes, they do carry.
Bro. Pity carryover. So if you fucking luck sack, that's sick.
carry over. Pity counters for the same type of banner will be inherited by the next. This also includes constant disorder banners, also known as LD banners, and they have their own.
That's actually really important. So like, if you decide to pull halfway on a Messiah and you decided I don't want a Messiah now, I want to pull for the new unit, it carries over. Congratulations, all your hard work is not wiped away.
Independent pity, but they still carry over. Pity counts have also been reduced from 100 to 80 based on feedback that we had during.
Okay, we know this already.
Now on to a question about UI. Players are concerned that Animist roles are not very clear. Roles like tank, DPS, and support are not clearly indicated.
That's
Yeah,
true.
so in Etheria, character roles can be quite complex. Same characters can have multiple strategies and builds. We have an example like Tiamat, who you can build as a tank or a DPS. What we do encourage is for players to check out our community guides. We have some sponsored ones like Hell Hades and Pridewind, but also on the Discord there's many player-made guides that can help you out and figure out how to strategize your builds.
Our next topic is about stage combat. We currently do not have any data tracking for damage or healing stats at the end of matches. We are happy to share that we discussed ways to implement this in the future.
Yep, we've received this feedback quite a bit and we've been discussing ways to implement it. We hope to display more valuable combat information in the future for a better competitive experience, so look forward to that.
I am curious, do characters in Etheria Restart have fixed resistances in battle?
Yeah.
That's important. That's important. Do we get 15%? That's the golden question, right?
Yes, they do. In Etheria's combat system, the hit rate can be increased a maximum of 2 times the skill probability and reduced to a minimum of half the skill probability. There's a fixed resistance of 10%, meaning debuff success rates cannot exceed 90%. Of course, we're going to be monitoring this after the game launches, and if any values need adjustment, we'll make sure to inform the players in the patch notes and also in our Discord.
Next on our list is one of the top most asked questions, related to stamina issues. The overall feedback is that free daily stamina allowance seems a bit low.
Yeah, so after our testing in the beta, we've discovered this issue and we've decided to increase the free stamina acquisition from daily tasks on launch. This allows free-to-play players to have more stamina to experience more game content and upgrade their characters faster.
Nice.
Awesome.
I like
now
that.
for another commonly discussed topic, character gen ratio. We have over...
Which degenerate's asking this? Like, guys, I think it's healthy right now. We don't have to, barrage them with, gender ratios. I think the game's good. You have, nice hot waifus like Freya, Rosa. You have, good husbandos like Marvel. That guy dresses like a fucking gentleman, bro. You have like Victor. You have, Dating. We have enough. Who's asking this question? You fucking degenerates. Holy shit.
7,000 messages on feedback threads.
Bro.
Yeah, this one has been a mess, but we're hearing you guys. Etheria Restart's goal has always been to include plenty of uniquely charming characters in the future, both male and female. We're taking all of your suggestions into consideration. I know the thread has been a mess and many people have mixed opinions, but we're excited to release so many more new Animist across launch.
Well, since everyone is curious about future Animist releases, why don't we ask Chris and the team what is planned?
Yeah, that's a big one. As everyone knows, in our recently concluded final test, we did add 8 new Animists to the game, each with their own unique characteristics. Just so you know, we have many plans for future Animist development, several appearing on launch, and many planned for the future, so look forward to it.
Okay, but I'm sure you can give us a little bit more detail.
All right. Let's start off with our brand new Animist, Mio. We've prepared an introduction to show off her
And you guys are worried about gender ratios? Bruh, we got lollies now.
exquisite features, so let's watch that together.
Why is she so
何か
small?
用言っとくけどもうスケジュールはぎっしりなの遊びたければ前もって予約して
Blue? No, constant.
ここが私の研修
He's an LD.
先なのパッとしないわねでもどうしてもって言うならいてあげてもいいわよ
No unit. Okay.
Skill 1. Mio inflicts damage on a single enemy with the chance to apply freeze for 1 turn. Skill 2. Mio deals damage to all enemies with a chance to apply freeze for 1 turn. Ultimate skill. Mio deals damage to all enemies, steals all turn meter from the primary target and portions from other targets, distributing it equally among all allies, and applies increased speed to all allies for 2 turns. Mio specializes in freezing opponents and stealing turn meter. Both her first and second skills can keep enemies in a continuous frozen state. By prioritizing her ultimate skill for crowd control and turn meter theft, she creates favorable conditions for her team to act faster. In high-intensity PvP strategic battles, Mio excels as a critical first speed control animist.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's get on to our next animist we'd like to reveal. They're known as the powerful Iron Fist warrior, Mizuki Makoto. She's hungry for power, and her strength is her only guarantee of survival in this world.
I love it already. But that can't be the only animist.
That's probably a 4-star because there's nothing about it.
It's not. I guess I can reluctantly share a little bit more. Similar to our beta, our friends Freya and Messiah will be returning as our first rate-up banners on launch.
Okay,
But
good.
speaking of powerful animus, I wonder if anyone remembers someone special who goes by the name of Hoyan, who didn't appear in our recent
Oh,
beta.
we're getting Hoyan.
I do slightly remember this, but in this test, there's also a boss with the same name. We've occasionally seen glimpses of her in certain promotions.
Yes, we have. Hoyan still has many secrets waiting to be explored. All of this requires hyperlinkers in the real world to work together and assist in the Etheria world. As for exactly how to do this, please continue following us for official updates.
Now let's move on to the next topic. How does the team plan to design future activities and events like Candy Party, and will there be more events in the future?
Yep, there will be. So our design philosophy is to allow hyperlinkers to accumulate items and rewards while relaxing with daily actions to unwind. On launch, we'll kick off with a new event called Shell Story. This is a classic dice rolling map event where you can control your hyperlinker to gather rewards.
Okay.
Just so you guys know, each event will always have
mini
different
game.
art and designs, bringing unique surprises each time.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun. I can't wait to try it myself. Speaking of game modes, I remember the guild versus guild function was mentioned in the
Yes,
previous
finally, we're
test.
talking about
Are there any
GVG now.
updates on this?
Yeah, so this has been one of the most asked questions, and I'm excited to talk about it. Guild vs. Guild United Front is in the final development stage. Let me briefly share a preview. From the interface shown on screen, you can see that the United Front mode requires hyperlinkers to work together in territory battles to earn better rewards. We can't wait for you to experience it.
Wow, even from that snippet we just saw, it really looks like a fun challenge. Now, I know all of you hardcore RTA players have been waiting for this. Since the final test, RTA rankings have been finalized. When will the EWS qualifications be announced?
That's an excellent question. We've just completed the qualification ranking.
That's why they were messaging me going, let's fucking go, bro. My name's right there. Okay, that's cool. So we have Iski, Kaker, Win, Bread, some Korean name I can't read, Gorgorek, Songbi, some Chinese wording I'm not gonna, bother you guys with. Softy, me, Sterbby, Driss, Ragewood. Hey, I know Ragewood. Shout out to Ragewood. Nobukoto, Shuvi, Neva, Nareen. I've seen all of these names on the top 16. I've fought almost every single one of them. So I'm quite familiar with these names.
Things for the final round. What's displayed on the screen now are the players who have earned the EWS 2025 qualification through the rankings. We've also notified all of these players about specific participation methods via email. Don't miss out on the messages on the upcoming EWS. Additionally, on Etheria's launch, we'll provide qualification opportunities again on the ranking settlement information. Specific rules will be announced in the future on our official platforms. We welcome all hyperlinkers to join the EWS arena and become the ultimate competitive champions.
Wow, time sure flew by really quickly. We're already at the end of today's video.
Indeed. Etheria's official launch we've been eagerly awaiting is finally coming. Hyperlinkers, don't forget that Etheria's global launch will be on June 5th, 2025. This will be on PC, Android, and iOS platforms. Pre-registration is currently underway, so if you haven't done that yet, head to our website to receive pre-registration rewards for launch.
There's also a redemption code available at launch, Etheria0605. Make sure to join our Discord and follow our social media for future updates and free in-game resources.
Cool, thank you, Marcus. That concludes today's Hyper Talk. If you have any more questions, please join our discussions on our Discord and Reddit communities. See you all on June 5th for Etheria's launch. Take care, guys. Thank you so much.
Nice. All right, let's review this, shall we? Let's review this. So there is a few things
Join
we
the
want to talk about
EWS
here. Mio. All right. What do we know about her? So far, we know she's an SSR and she's an LD unit. So, since she's coming with the release, right? That's what she said. That's what he said. I don't want to, I don't want to give definite stuff, but from what I'm hearing, okay, this is coming on launch. But she won't be she won't be on a banner. She will be in the actual LD pool, basically. So instead of having, just Messiah, Heinrich, Lily, who else? Dark Sanya, and one more. I can't remember who it is. There's one more I'm missing. We're gonna have 6 basically. That's what it's telling me. But let's take a look here at the main stats. 113, so she's not the fastest, which is okay. That's good.
なのパッとしないわねでも
I don't know about you, but
どうしてもって
she
言う
sounds
な
a
ら
little bit annoying to me.
いてあげてもいいわよ
Her voice is a little irritating. I'm not gonna lie.
Skill 1. Mio inflict
240 damage and a 25% chance to freeze. Okay, but we also know that this can be increased, right? With your accuracy.
damage on a single enemy with the chance to apply freeze for 1 turn. Skill 2. Mio deals damage
Mio deals damage
to all enemies with a chance to apply freeze for 1 turn.
So S1,
Ultimate
S2 is a
skill, Mio
freeze,
deals
and
damage to
S3
all enemies.
And then S3 is a speed up and has a 65% chance to steal the main target's turn meter by 50% and redistribute 25% turn meter from other targets among allies. Okay, so you steal the 50% and you redistribute 25% of that evenly. Okay, she is nuts. Being a constant unit and also a unit that freezes and steals turn meter constantly, I want to know how her AI works, because this can definitely work in Doki Doki. This can definitely work. So if you're lucky enough to pull this, there is a good chance you don't have to, build, what's his fucking name? Kraken.
Mio deals damage to all enemies, steals all turn meter from the primary target and portions from other targets, distributing it equally among all allies, and applies increased speed to all allies for 2 turns. Mio
The increased speed is
specializes
so
in freezing
important.
opponents and stealing turn meter. Both her first and second skills can keep enemies in a continuous frozen state. By prioritizing her ultimate skill for crowd control and turn meter theft, she creates favorable conditions for her team to act faster. In high-intensity PvP strategic battles, Mio excels as a critical first speed control animus.
All right,
Okay, so in PvP, the only problem with her is that she doesn't strip at the same time. She doesn't dispel buffs. So you can build her fast, but your problem is if everyone is on Bulwark, she's not going to do anything the first rotation anyway. So you need to draft units like a Heinrich or some kind of dispeller, maybe a very fast Oboe, Viper, I don't know yet, alright? But we definitely need to draft her with a dispel, so she's not super sufficient by herself. That's what we know.
Mio excels as a
What's the other
critical
one?
first
world.
So we can see here that she has a dispel. She has a dispel. What's her name? Mizuki. This Mizuki girl.
So
her S1 is a dispel, her S3 is a dispel, and her S2 is a wound, which is which is heal block.
hungry for power, and her strength is her only guarantee of survival in this world.
I love it already.
There is a good chance she is an SR unit because we don't have any skill previews or nice animation video preview kind of thing. But I just see 2 dispels here, so there is a good chance that she's like a full dispeller. Nice, because we need more dispellers than, just Heinrich, right?
Already. But that can't be the only Animist related news.
Is there any more?
Alright, it's not. I guess I can reluctantly share a little bit more. Similar to our beta, our friends Freya and Messiah will be returning as our first raid-up banners on launch. But speaking of powerful Animists, I wonder if anyone remembers someone special who goes by the name of Hoyan, who didn't appear in our recent beta.
I do slightly remember this, but in this test, there's also a boss with the same name. We've occasionally seen glimpses of her in certain promotions.
Yes, we have. Hoyan still has many secrets waiting to be explored. All of this requires hyperlinkers in the real world to work together and assist in the Etheria world. As for exactly how to do this, please continue following.
Okay, so there's Hoyan that's also going to be coming, but we don't know how she's coming. Cool. And I think the other most important one to talk about is the Union front. Let's take a look at this. Let's go back a little bit. So it looks like you can position your units around you to take down towers. This almost looks like, Epic 7's Guild Wars. I'm not gonna lie.
You can see that the United Front mode requires hyperlinkers.
So this is the anomaly B. So you'll get some kind of currency here, and I'm hoping that this currency, I hope this is a currency. This currency can actually, give us good rewards for doing, Guild Wars. So you get 50 points per capture point. I don't know how it's going to work yet, but we can't see anything more than that. And apparently there is an abnormal influence here, so something is going to be more difficult. There'll be a certain effect at that stage. Interesting.
To work together in territory battles to earn.
So it's a territory battle. Okay. I wonder what these what these numbers represent. How many times you can hit it, or something like that. I'm not sure. But this looks very modern. This looks good. I'm excited to try this GVG. And if you guys don't have a guild, okay, join the Discord down below and apply. All right. I have over 90 applicants. I just want to have more. All right, because I'm trying to sift through and find, the real good ones. And we have 2 guilds now, basically. We have a sister guild. So join us if you want a guild. Okay?
Earn better rewards. We can't wait for you to experience.
Hideout points. That has to be the total points you collected, I think. I like the combat record here. It shows, how you did and what happened. That's good, because when you get real sweaty in Guild Wars, this is very, very important, especially.
That's it.
Wow, even for that snippet we just saw, it really looks like a fun challenge. Now, I know all of you hardcore RTA players have been waiting for this. Since the final test, RTA rankings have been finalized.
So with this one, you guys have another shot at, joining the EWS. I highly recommend to, give it a shot. Right now that we are region locked, you don't have that, whole problem of, shit. EU is, 3 levels ahead of us. They're already farming, what's it called? They're already farming Inferno before us. Okay? Give it a shot. Try it out. And if you don't know how to play RTA, I have made an entire playlist already. And I'll link it up here, so you guys can actually, take a look. Guys, that was fantastic. Very straight to the point. They're no fluff, nothing. And they answered all the questions that we wanted, answered. And they showed us, new units that's coming. Mio. We'll talk about that more as we start, actually playing the game. We can't really say now, right? And GVG. But yeah, guys, if you like this style of videos, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you want to watch me, you can watch me on Abstract. But besides that, catch you guys in the next one.